I mean, J.K. Rowling is an obvious one. You know why. We'll cry about that later. I don't think I'm ever going to read a Stephen King book. Hi everyone, I'm Jessica Nicole Dickerson, aka JND, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to be diving into my unpopular opinions and doing the anti-TBR tag. But I quickly wanted to mention, and if you wanted to skip this little portion of the video, I'll put a timestamp, but the Taps Reads Writing Contest is still open. You have the chance to win $1,000, a cash prize, yes, and there are also 4 other prizes available. So if you're a writer, like NaNoWriMo is coming to an end and you've been working really hard on crafting your project, I highly recommend you check out the contest. The rules are below. They're really looking for engaging stories and possibly signing contracts with authors for long-term projects, which is so exciting. So if you're a writer or any of your friends are a writer, please share this contest information and make sure to check out that link below. Get that cash money, if you know what I mean. Back to the video. So let's get into all these questions. I'll also have the original tag linked below. I believe Nicole and Her Books is the channel name. Yeah, so definitely check it out. I know a lot of people are loving this tag, so just make sure to go hit up the creator who actually made this tag. Show her some love. The first question is, a popular book everyone, and I mean everyone, all caps, loves that you have no interest in reading. I feel like there's a couple of these. There's a series I started that I personally did not like, and it's funny because I was buddy reading it with Alana and we both didn't like it, and that is A Study in Charlotte. Everyone raves about that book. I did not enjoy the first book, and I'm sure like maybe the series gets better, whatever. I unhauled it. I hope someone else who will enjoy it picks it up in the future. I didn't enjoy it. I forget exactly the reasons why, but basically A Study in Charlotte is like a Sherlock's Holmes reimagining that a lot of people are obsessed with, and I'm just not there, so I'm not gonna keep reading that series. No. I guess the other one I could really mention is something that actually a lot of people love, and everyone keeps telling me that I really need to read, but I definitely won't ever read, is Twilight. There's a little bit of a theme on my channel. I don't know if you've noticed. Yeah, so not vibing with the sparkly vampire. My apologies. It's just, you know, not my vibe right now. You know what I mean? Okay, question 2. A classic book or author you don't have any interest in reading. I actually have been looking into classics more, and I kind of want to dive into them more, but as I've done some research, I would have to say Anna Karenina. It's sorry if this is your favorite book. Obviously this is an anti-TBR tag for my personal reading taste, not yours, but the main girl character has an illness, and I believe it's really fetishized to make her beautiful. Whatever the historical context of it, as a person with an illness, I don't like that. The treatment of that character. I also don't like how female characters can kind of be glorified for having their illness. They're like, I need to make sure the man and that I give my love to someone, and that my life is meaningful because I was able to make your life happy in my short life. Like, bitch please. So that's the gist that I got from that book, so I definitely won't be reading it. Let me know if you like that book down below. Okay, question 3 is a 2-parter. So the first part is an author whose book you have no interest in reading. I mean, J.K. Rowling is an obvious one. You know why. If you don't, just Google her name and see what pops up. I think another author I'm sadly gonna have to put up there is S.K. Ali. I've read 2 of her books, and both of them haven't been to my liking. Her characters, I think she does strong female characters well, and strong Muslim female characters, which is a much needed group for representation. So if you were looking for that, I would try her out. She has 2 books, Saints and Misfits and From Love to A to Z. Personally, I read both of them, and I found issues with not the representation so much as the main female characters tend to be strong but also very negative to the people around them, to a fault of like being rude to the only people who want to do you right, you know what I mean? And it's like that arc for a strong female character to bring other people down to feel strong, and then learning her lesson in the end, is not my jive. So I don't think I'm going to pick up any more of her books because I don't want to waste money on them. But I'm still looking for more like obvious Muslim reads and things like that with good representation that I like. That's the thing about representation. You gotta open the doors and let more in, because not one person dictates the whole genre, if you feel me. So I'm still exploring, I'm still trying new things, but I don't think I'm interested in her like specific writing style. Okay, part 2 of this question. A problematic author whose books you have no interest in reading. Oh, problematic. Oh, this question is targeted at JK, I bet. We know the answer to this. JK Rowling, 100%. I really don't know of any other problematic authors. No, that's it. Question 4 is an author you have read a couple books from and have decided their books are not for you. Oops, already answered this. I guess SKLE could fall into this. Who else could I? A Study in Charlotte could fall under this category. That author. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Ooh. Here's some popular people who I think you guys are gonna hate me about saying this, but Nicola Yoon and David Yoon, their books are so hyped and so popular, and I'm happy for them. Good for them. And they do a lot of diverse books. Good for them. But I don't think their writing styles are for me, if that makes sense. I read The Sun Is Also a Star, and it wasn't a believable 24-hour whirlwind romance, if that makes sense. So I was just like, so I'm definitely not gonna read everything, especially with illness representation. I'm just like, not about it. And her future books, no, I don't think I'm gonna read. I don't think I like her writing style as much. No qualms, that's personal. And then David Yoon, I tried to read Frankly in Love, but the narrative voice was just so, I didn't like it. I have no other words besides I was like, cringing the whole time. And after having read so many stories so similar to that story, I was like, you're not giving me anything extra. I DNF'd that book probably like after 40%. I was like, I really am not enjoying this. Sorry, don't come for me, don't come for me. Question 5, a genre you have no interest in or a genre you've tried to get into and couldn't. So I think I'm mostly open to most genres, but if I have to pick one, the self-help book genre, I don't think I'm ever gonna do that, if that makes sense, because I'd much rather like listen to podcasts or like, I feel like, you know, self-help, I would much rather like discuss it, talk about it with people. On to question 6. And if you made it so this far into the video, put down this emoji so I know that you're the real MVP and that I love you and I respect you, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss my uploads, because YouTube is being a little boob. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch my vlog. I talk about it more. Okay, so question 6, a book you bought but will never read. Ooh, okay, so this is a book I could have unhauled or returned to the library unread. I think, well, I have my William Shakespeare collection, which is all fancy up there. Besides the fact that it's up there, like all my books on top of my shelf, I can't reach them. They're not going to be read, except for the comic books that are up there, because I've actually read them and then put them up there. But I'm definitely not going to read all of William Shakespeare's plays. I want to watch all of them, which is very different, because I think reading plays, some plays are great for reading. I think his work is great for performance, because the interpretation of the word, I think, is what was interesting about his stories, if that makes sense. So I'm definitely not going to read those. I also have a collection of the Grimm fairy tale stories, which probably not going to read. Another book that I bought and unhauled and will never read is Eleanor and Park. I've watched enough videos to be like, I don't need to engage in this content. There are so many other books with great representation that I love, you know? So that's another book. I think that's it. Question 7 is a series you have no interest in reading or a series you started and DNF'd. I feel like I've said this a bunch of times. A Study in Charlotte. Did I DNF any series? I mean, Children of Bone and Bone is a very close abandoning, because of book 2 was so boring, and then I heard that it's gonna possibly be a 6-book series, which kind of upsets me, because literally in the second book nothing of importance happened except for at the very end. We could have skipped those 200 pages and just gone straight to the end and been like, oh, new information, finally, you know, instead of just bickering. So I'm very close to being like, finishing that series. If the next book, I'm gonna give book 3 a try. But if I hate it and it's just filler again, because it's a 6-book series, a lot has to happen, or else you're just dragging a story down. So I'll give book 3 a try, but if it doesn't work out, I'm jumping ship for sure. A series that I also am not interested in reading, that I did have and I unhauled in my unhaul video, what might be in that corner, was the Selection series. I wanted to read it for a very long time because it was like a YA classic, but then like, do I really need to read it? I don't like The Bachelor, so why would I read a Bachelor like versioned book? No, hard pass, hard pass. And the last question is question 8, a new release you have no interest in reading. I have to think about this. I have tons of new releases that I want to read, but like the ones that I don't even think I keep track of those. New releases. I know a lot of people are talking about The Violent Delights. It's just a cute cover. I don't think I'm that interested in that book. I heard it's a Romeo and Juliet retelling. I'm probably not gonna buy it, at least not full price, because that's too expensive. Oh, I love the Cruel Prince series. I don't think I'm gonna dive into the new releases that are all in, what's his name? Carvin? I don't remember the main character's name. The Cruel Prince. I don't think I'm interested in his perspective all that much. I'm sure it's probably interesting. I guess I might read it, but I'm definitely not going to read it in the next year or so, because I'm not drawn to it, and I'm saving my pennies for books that I really want. You know what I mean? Oh, you know what? This is not a series, but it could be considered a series, or new releases, because he is constantly publishing new things. But Stephen King, I don't think I'm ever going to read a Stephen King book, because I'm just so not interested in his writing style or the stories, or any, like, some of them are really long. Like, it would have been a cool story if it was like 200 pages, you know what I mean? So the fact that it's like over 1,000, I'm like never gonna look twice at that thing. I know there's some other books that are very good that people recommend, like Pet Sematary or something, but I'm just not about that. Don't like his writing style. I've checked him out a couple times and I'm just like, nah. So I know he also has a new release, and I'm just like, it's literally an author I don't follow, period. And I'm just like, he has enough money, he doesn't need my pennies. He's good, he's thriving, people support him. I'm gonna do my own thing over here, you do your own thing over there. That is it. So I apologize if I bashed your favorite book, but at the same time, this is my opinion and stuff, so comment down below your opinions. If it is your favorite book, why, and why you think I should read it. I definitely will consider and take your opinions seriously, but I just like have formed my own opinion, and I respect that we have different opinions because we're human. That's okay, unless it's about transphobia. That's not cool. But yeah, I respect your bookish opinions. So let me know any of your bookish opinions down below. That is it for the video, and make sure to check the link down below for the writing contest. I'm so excited. NaNoWriMo has been a journey. I did not reach my goal, and I only have a few days to try, but you know, we'll cry about that later. So check out that writing contest. I really hope one of you guys enters and wins or gets a contract, because that is so exciting to be working and creating what you love. What a dream come true. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I will see you in the next one, and I hope this video gave you a little bit more sunshine.